everybody. Welcome to the Tournament Center. I'm Brian David Marshall. I'm here with reigning world champion Shahar Shenhar, in great shape here, defending his title at 3-1 early on in day one here in the event. And Shahar, you had to choose a weapon for Modern.
I did.
You had there were some combo decks available to you. There were some mid-range decks available to you that your team had looked at. But you ended up choosing a deck that we've called Treasure Red, and I immediately regret not calling the Red Sea.
Red Sea is a good name.
Yeah, but what makes you bring a red deck to all 7 rounds here at day one? Because you played mono red in the, or nearly mono red in the Vintage Masters as well.
In Vintage Masters, I was mono red Goblins. I boarded into 4 Tyrant's Choice in 2 of my matches. But yeah, I wasn't completely burned. Okay. But yeah, I'm just going to burn everyone in every format. That's fine. Yeah,
that's the plan. That's how you defend the title.
That's how you do it.
Okay, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what makes up the Red Sea here. We see Goblin Guide, Monastery Swiftspear, and Eidolon of the Great Revel. This has become a staple card in red decks. But
in the burn decks.
It seems like this is going to do a lot of damage to you as well in your deck. How do you play with a card like this?
Well, same thing with Sulfuric Vortex, like you mentioned earlier. The 2 damage that they're dealing themselves is so much more important than you're dealing to you, like, because you can just deal them 5 damage when they, your Lightning Bolt all of a sudden does 5. And when you play the Eidolon, the first spell that they're going to play is going to have to be a removal spell on the Eidolon. Otherwise, they're just going to be taking 4 damage off of it, guaranteed. And there are not a lot of spells that cost a lot more than 3 in this format. Right. So it's almost every spell in their deck.
So this guy runs out there with a great big bullseye.
It has a huge bullseye and just has to die.
Yeah. Monastery Swiftspear, talk about this card and what you're looking for from it when you play it on turn 1.
Okay. What you're basically looking from this card is to play this turn 1, and there's also 4 Mutagenic Growth, which we'll talk about later. But Mutagenic Growth is, again, just so awesome with the Swiftspear. It's so huge. It becomes a 4/5 for 0 mana. So, you're planning to play this on turn 1. Turn 2, maybe Lightning Bolt their 1-drop. And hopefully play a Goblin Guide or another burn spell. So then you're dealing them 6 damage and are killing, their 1-drop.
This is all the creatures in the deck. Yeah. What are you looking for in terms of damage output from these guys in a normal game?
It's about 4 damage off of each creature you draw. That's the hope. That's not always the case, but Goblin Guide 4 damage. Sometimes it does 6. Sometimes it does 2. Swiftspear can do a lot less, but it can also do a lot more. And Eidolon does 2 to 4 damage, I would say, if they don't have the removal spell.
Let's take a look at some of the removal spells and some of the damage you've got in this deck. I mean, I got to start on Lava Spike.
Yep, it's to the face. It's a burn deck.
This is a unitasker. This card does not have a lot of flexibility.
Nope. You can choose yourself, but that's about it.
Has that happened?
Has not.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Searing Blaze, Rift Bolt, Lava Spike, Lightning Bolt.
Yep.
So you are really a dedicated burn deck here.
Yes. Just completely want to get cards in the graveyard, burn them out for the Treasure Cruise, of course. So you just see here,
spoilers.
Sorry. you did say blue.
Yeah.
You did mention that already. So there's just, this right here is just 12 1-mana, 3 damage burn spells. Like Rift Bolt basically costs 3. Lightning Bolt is a lot better than Lava Spike, of course, but.
Yeah, that is not a unitasker.
Yeah, not so much, but it goes to the face, often enough. The Searing Blaze is, you really want to have 4 in the 75, and it was really hard for me to fit 4 in the sideboard, and so I wanted to have 2 in the main. I cut 2 other burn spells, and it's going to be good against the majority of the decks.
Right. There are still more spells to be shown here, so let's take a look at the next set. 2 Skull Cracks, 4 Boros Charms, and then just the Mutagenic Growth that you can't cast really any other way than Phyrexian mana.
There's no great mana.
Yeah. So talk quickly about this suite of spells.
The Skull Cracks is same thing with Lightning Bolt. I have 2 more in the sideboard. I couldn't fit 4 in the sideboard or 4 in the main. I couldn't decide if I wanted 4 Searing Blaze in the main and 4 Skull Cracks in the sideboard. I just wanted to have a split. With the Boros Charms is actually a kind of a new addition. This is actually Raptor's list that he was playing with.
Josh Utterlane.
Yeah, Josh Utterlane, my teammate. And he had Shard Volleys. Couple Shard Volleys and 4 Skull Cracks in the main. Okay. And I wanted, since we're already playing white, I wanted to play the Boros Charms because it's 2 mana, 4 damage. It's very, very good at what it does.
Right. Let's take a look at the next card. The big card, you're playing this red deck, cheap spells, then Treasure Cruise. What is this card doing for you? I can't imagine you ever get to cast 2 of these in a game.
You can definitely cast 2 of them in a game if they counter some of your spells, or even if, like, for example, if a lot of your burn just go to their creatures and you just kind of 1-for-1 while you're attacking with a Goblin Guide or something, then you can Treasure Cruise and you can actually just like attrition them out kind of with this burn deck. Like, there's definitely versatility in this deck.
And then, but you're just looking to restock your hand, though.
Right. Yeah.
Just all the stuff we've just looked at.
Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing else that you're drawing other than those.
That is all the spells in the deck. Let's take a look at the mana.
It's only 40.
Pay 1 life, sacrifice, sacrifice.
12 fetch lands. They are all tapping for red, of course. So you have 20 red sources, and then that gives you 14 blue sources and 14 white sources for 8 blue cards and 8 white cards.
Wow. And then let's take a look at what you're able to fetch with those. You only have 8 mana producing lands in the deck.
That's actually not that uncommon in this format, but it might actually be too much in this format. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Let's take a look quickly at the sideboard. Geist of St. Traft.
Yeah, that card is...
It's a double splash.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the Geist of St. Traft. This was in Raptor's original list, and I just didn't want to change that. We were debating on playing 4 in the main.
What do you bring that in for?
Kind of everything. They have removal spells. Actually, for the main reason, it's for Leyline of Sanctity.
Okay.
That's the actual reason.
Right.
But you do want to bring it in against a lot of decks.
You've already talked about 2 Searing Blades, 2 Skullcracks, Smash to Smithereens, Wear Away, and Combust. Wrap up the list. This is you feel pretty confident going down the stretch here with this. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll let you get back to parting the Red Sea. Shahar Shenhar, Brian David Marshall from the Tournament Center.